o'clock, and you know I do like being on time. So we're now live. Hi guys, how you doing?
Hello, good evening, good evening.
Did everybody have a good Christmas?
Yeah. You know what? I
Yeah.
had Christmas. I've just got to put this out there. And anyone that knows me, I absolutely love Christmas. Like, oh, Christmas is life. It's life, right? And
No, you're kidding. Really?
Oh, you don't understand this. I love it. I love it more than my kids, right? But I've got to really first off apologise. I'm very, very sorry, Father Christmas. I'm very sorry, Father Christmas. But I actually said to my husband, I can't wait for Christmas to be over because I want to get back to work. That has never happened in my life ever. So I'm sorry, Father Christmas, but it's the truth. So I just wanted to put that out there.
I can't believe that you said that.
I can't, but it's the truth.
So,
evening, Malcolm.
Evening, Malcolm. How are you?
Hi, Malcolm.
Yeah. So I think that's to hear that coming from you, because I've been hearing for month on end about how much you've been looking forward to Christmas. So I can't believe you said
This
you
is what I'm trying to say. This is how amazing this is that I chose this over Christmas.
What?
Telling you.
That's something else. That really, really is something else. So we've got people coming on. So we've got Michael. Evening, evening, Jamie. So we know that Katie had a great Christmas. Daisy, Nick, you guys, good time?
I ate a lot of food, and following on from the conversation the other day, I had a lot of Baileys. So yeah, it was great.
We've got a full litre downstairs, hasn't been touched yet.
Get it down, Roger, get it down.
Might get touched when we finish this. I might have to go and have some.
Go on.
Well, I've spent Christmas with my cousin, sticking strictly within the rules. So I sort of stayed within the social bubble and everything else. But I've had a couple of days with family, and it's been brilliant. I've had a great time. I've really surprised myself because we haven't sort of overindulged in anything. We haven't eaten too much. We haven't drunk too much or anything else like that. But there's time left yet. So
there's still time left, people.
There is.
You wouldn't still have that litre. You wouldn't still have that litre if Daisy had been round for Christmas.
Yeah, I bet. So the idea of tonight's call is to talk about the event that you guys have been planning for ages now. I mean, it's really, really good to see that you're you were taking this on board right now, and you were saying you wanted to get 2021 off to a fast start, and you wanted to share the opportunity with as many people as possible. And I was really, really excited to see that. So that's good. And clearly the fact that we said right now that this is what we're here to talk about, and we're here to sort of help people with it. I'm looking at the numbers now. We've got 28 people live right now. Guys, for those of you who are looking at this right now, I want you to share this. Share this on all of your timelines. Let's have watch parties going everywhere. We want to get as many people as possible to see tomorrow night's event. And usually you've seen Nick doing some of the presentations with us. You've seen Katie doing some of the presentations with us. Daisy's set up to do some presentations coming into the new year. And you know that most of the time it's my boring face stuck in front of you most of the time. So it's good to see new people doing something different and interesting and exciting, and I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to start asking about that right now. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that as many people as possible get to see what these guys are doing. So first question, Nick, to you is, where the hell's everybody going to go tomorrow night to see everything?
Well, look, I've been thinking about that because I think that we're going to put it on a Zoom. So I have actually set up a Zoom call. I to zoom in, because I mean, I love StreamYard, but the trouble is you're limited to the number of guests you can have on. So that won't work.
Yeah,
so
we
it's
have 10
going to be
guests in StreamYard. Beyond that, we're gone.
Yeah. So it's going to have to be on a Zoom call, but we will stream it on Facebook as well.
Okay.
So that gives us.
If we're going to stream it to FaceYard, to Facebook, where are we going to stream it to on Facebook? Don't laugh at me.
I guess we can stream it to. I'm just trying to think where the best place to stream it to. Well, I can either stream it on mine, and we can share it, or can we stream it into maybe the Winner's Circle? I can't remember. Yeah, we can. We could stream it into the Winner's Circle. And then we can, and all of us can share it outward from there, can't we?
Yeah. If we stream it into the Winner's Circle, we need to stream it a minute or so before we're due to go, because I'll have to authorize it to go into it.
Okay.
I'll be on live with you. Yeah. So the second you stream it, I'll make sure it gets fed through, and then we're into the Winner's Circle, because there is a bunch of people in there already. There's 2,000 people in the Winner's Circle, and I guess maybe only a quarter of actually members of the team, maybe a little more than a quarter.
That's
so
a good
there's
idea.
A lot of people in there. Yeah, there's a lot of people in there that are looking at it, so, and we can promote it through there tomorrow, and then from there everyone else can share it and blitz it across their Facebook pages. So I'm going to pass this now over to you guys. I want you guys to tell us what the idea is behind it. What do you want to accomplish with it?
Well, I mean, starting off, I mean, what was the inspiration for this was that when we had our annual virtual convention, I Am Academy on the, what was it called? The I Am Academy Island or whatever it was. We had so many phenomenal speakers. And I was listening particularly to one guy. His name is Zane, and he's a Chairman 100 in the business, and he's based down in London. He's not part of our team, and he was saying, and I think we all know this, but he was saying one of the best ways to develop your business and drive the business is through events. So I kind of took that on board and immediately said to kind of the guys in my little circle, all my buddies here, that keep me on track, help keep me on track. I said, why don't we plan an event? And given that we're coming up to Christmas and then we're going to launch into the new year, let's launch it into the new year. And actually, credit where credit's due, it was Mike, who's not really been around much. Mike in France, Mike Cordier, who's in Ian's team, who said, why not do it like an advent calendar, the build-up? And we thought that was a great idea. So the idea of sort of every day during December, sort of coming on live every day, like we're opening up a new calendar window to talk about one of the benefits of the many benefits of our business and what we're doing. So that was kind of the idea of all the build up. And then the idea of the event itself tomorrow is really just, we're going into a new year. We've come out of a very strange year. We're not sure whether the next year is going to be just as strange or whether things are going to change and get better, or whether we're all going to come out of lockdown. Who knows? But what all of us know is that despite the ridiculous year we've just had, we all have experienced growth and success in 2020, which is probably what not a lot of people outside of what we do will be thinking about last year. Of course, we know there's been lots of horrible stuff and pain and suffering and people dying, and I'm not for 1 minute wanting to minimize any of that. But alongside that, of course, as well, is the fact that lots and lots of people are going to be struggling with their work. People are going to have lost jobs, businesses have closed, people are on furlough, lots of people have had interruptions to their income. And yet we know that there are alternatives, and it doesn't have to be that way. We know that we've grown this year. We know that our teams are building and our businesses are building, and we're having more and more success. So that was really the idea behind, let's have an event as we go into the new year, where we share this, what we do with as many people as possible, because we all know there's so many people out there at the moment who could do with what it is that we have to offer. They could do with them, something that they can do online, something where they're not dependent on anybody else, where they can learn a new skill, create a new income which is not affected by the economy tanking or COVID or any of that stuff. And so we've got a big story to tell, and I think launching into the new year, there isn't a better time to be telling it.
And I think as well, like what we want to get across as well is like Daisy, me, and Nick have all, we've all been affected. Like, lots of other people have by obviously COVID-19, and in a place now where, like Daisy said, she didn't know whether shops are going to be gyms are going to be closing, opening, closing, opening. Nick, acting, he's not got much work. My shop is not doing amazing at all. I've had, it's not been the best. And in this time now, we all should be absolutely sat at home. Me and Daisy said, crying into us Bailey. So what's going to happen? Well, we're not. In fact, not. We're literally so chilled and living his best life, and it's because of this. So while we all should be really worried, even though obviously, of course, we want as businesses, to do all right, but we're not, because we've got this plan B, and that's what we want to try and reach out to as many people as possible that will be feeling like that now, like we would have been feeling if we hadn't found this business. And that's, I think it's important that that we want to get that across too.
I think you're right. A couple of days ago, we had a conversation. You, Daisy, myself had a conversation. Nick, my apologies for that, because we missed inviting you on it. So, and we actually said on the call that we were going to do tonight. So my apologies for that one. But what it means is we talked the other day about the difference it had made to Katie and to Daisy this year. Let's hear what difference it's made to you this year. So let's just talk about this time last year. Christmas is just out of the way. You're looking forward to 2020. How did you think 2020 was going to go for you? And what's happened as we've gone into it, highs and lows?
Well, it was strange, really, because the year started off for me, and it couldn't have been better. I was very fortunate to get a very nice TV job, and for those who don't know, my background is that I'm an actor on a very big Netflix series, and so that was being filmed in January and February. So the new year for me started off fantastic, and then while I was filming that, somebody rang me up and said, Nick, will you, I'm taking a production of Macbeth out to Singapore. Will you be in it? And I thought, wow, can this year get any better? I'm doing my best TV job I probably have ever had. And now I'm getting to go and do some Shakespeare, which is one of my passions and one of the things I love to do. And to go and do it somewhere exotic and different like Singapore. So in January, I was thinking, this is going to be a phenomenal year. And financially, it was looking like, I was actually thinking as well, financially, this could be one of the best years I've ever had. It's got off to such a flying start. So everything was looking rosy. And as we all know, things started to suddenly change. We started to hear news from, the Far East, and we began to realize there was something coming. We didn't know how it was going to affect us. And the first thing to go was my production of Macbeth. That was the first thing that got cancelled. I then began to hear that all theatres were going to be shutting down. Theatres were shutting down. I've always had, as most actors do, other income streams. And I thought I was pretty smart, I've got 2 or 3 income streams. If one goes down, no bother. And all of them went down. Bang, March, 0 income. Everything shut down, no income whatsoever, no work. I do a lot of training in the corporate space, is one of the areas that I work, and the person that I work for rang me and said, clear everything out of the diary, it's all cancelled till further notice. So, so it started off great and then suddenly plummeted to something where, like everybody else, I really didn't know what was going to happen and what was coming next. And So for a week or two, I sat sort of twiddling my thumbs, thinking, do I just sit here and wait till my savings run out? What else can I do? And luckily for me, someone sent me a message via social media saying, and it's not someone I knew particularly. It was a contact on social media, but I didn't actually know them. And she said, I found a new way of earning some money. Do you want to have a look? And I guess, like a lot of people, I was probably a bit suspicious. You know, I wasn't sure. So I was very cagey. This will make you laugh. My response was, well, you know, I actually have 3 income streams, so I'm not sure I'm really looking for anything at the moment. But, you know, I'll take a look. And after I sent that message, I had to give my head a wobble and my face a slap and say, what do you mean you're not looking for anything? Your income has dropped to 0. Why are you saying to someone who's reaching out, I'm not looking for something? If you're not going to be something, when are you going to look for something? And so I took a look at the link that she sent me, and immediately saw that there was something there that could be, you know, the right thing at the right time. Something that I didn't need to go out to decide to do. So given the fact that we were all in lockdown, that was perfect. I could do it from my laptop. I didn't need anybody else, an employer or a colleague or a customer or anyone. I could do it on my own. I could learn a new skill and create a new income stream. Now, my lovely other half breeder, she's had to put up with me for 30 years being in and out of work as an actor, and every now and again, on a regular interval, I come up with a new clever idea. I've got something else here. I think this will be the one. This will work, and her eyes roll. And when I told her about this, her eyes started to roll, and I don't blame her. But in fact, by the time I finished explaining it, she said, "Well, give it a go. Why not? Give it a go. See what have you got to lose?" And so I did, and so that's kind of how I got in with all you lovely people, and got started and found something that not only is it just turned out to be something that might fill a gap, earn a few extra quid, it's turned into something that actually is changing my life.
Fantastic.
So so that's my kind of backstory, I guess.
See, those are the stories that we need people to hear. You know, the sort of, and we can't always do that, because as soon as we move into the new year, we're going to go back to doing our regular presentations. But when we do our regular presentations, you've got 20 to 30 seconds to get that message across, and you can't tell that story in 20 to 30 seconds. But it's a brilliant story, and it's good that people are going to get the opportunity to hear that in a slightly bigger format. So I'm really pleased that we've got it here right now, and it's going to be shared far and wide tonight. But those are the kind of things that people need to hear, because it has been a crap year for a lot of people. It's been a horrible year, and we've had personal issues. We've all had health issues to deal with. I know people. I've got family and friends who've had COVID. I've lost a couple of people that have had COVID, and we've all sort of gone through that sort of thing. The financial side of it is something we can fix. We can't fix health. We can't bring people back. We all wish we could, but we can't. But financial problems we can fix. And it's a rare thing to be able to do that, to be able to think that you can fix people's problems. And it gives us, I think it's a gift that you have to share. And that's what our business is based on. It's based on sharing that with other people. And it's interesting to see how it's affected you 3 guys, because I've been in and around this industry and this particular space for a while now. And I've always been passionate about it, and I love doing it, and everybody knows what I do. But you 3 guys are relatively new to it, so it's really interesting to see that, because when people hear me say it, people expect to hear it from me. it's really good to hear it from three regular people with different backgrounds, different histories. 12 months ago, yeah, well, Daisy and Katie knew each other a little bit, but not well. Yeah. Nick, you and I didn't know either of them. We
No.
just, none of us knew each other really. Yeah. But to the point now where we speak on a daily basis, we laugh. We don't do any crying. We do lots of laughing. And we just sort of share stories, help each other, and build and grow. And we help each other to help other people. And it sounds really corny, doesn't it? It sounds, the idea of everybody all lovey-dovey, we all help each other. Well, sounds corny, but it's the real world.
Yeah.
And we make money at it. We get paid for helping people. There was a guy from America, and a lot of people might not understand some of the things that we do, because an awful lot of what we do goes around developing yourself as a personal growth. And there was a trainer from America called Zig Ziglar, who I have followed for decades now. Zig Ziglar is one of the greats. If you ever get the opportunity to listen to anything by Zig Ziglar, he's profoundly insightful. The things he says make a world of difference. He's also incredibly funny, really seriously funny. So you get to have a laugh and learn something new as well. But one of the messages I love that he said is you can have everything in the world that you want, not anything, everything in the world that you want, if you'll just help enough other people to get what they want. Well, what a cool way to get whatever you want, by helping other people, because most businesses are based around taking from other people. I sold cars for a living for a long time, and I love the most trade. I still love cars. I'm passionate about cars. These days, it's me spending money on cars, not taking money out of it. But when I sold cars for profit, and the deal was nice and simple. A customer came through the door, and it was going to be a battle between us. The customer is fighting to see how cheap he can get the car, and I'm fighting to see how much money I can get out of that customer for the car. And it's combat. It really is. It's like it's head to head. And the deal is, for me to win, I had to get the most amount of money possible out of someone. Someone has to lose in that equation. What we do, there is no loser. I help you, and I get paid. And if I don't help you, then you lose. But so do I, because I don't get paid because I didn't help you. That's a world of difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, and it lets you go to sleep with a smile on your face, doesn't it? And we do. And just as you said, Nick, you get to meet all these wonderful people. That's what we get. The people that we mix with are nice people. And the horrible, nasty people in the world, the nasty car salesman, really don't care. Don't come into this business. The guys that are just interested in trying to take off people, they don't join this business. The only people that join it are people who want to do something for themselves, but also like to help each other. And it does sound a bit like Miss World, doesn't it? Yes, I'd like to I'd like world peace and all that sort of nonsense. It's not quite as corny, but we have a bunch of laughs with it.
I know which side of the screen here is probably not going to work on Miss World, but
yeah,
which side has got a better chance?
That bald guy with the beard, that's not happening anyway, is it? But we have a bundle of laughs with it. So tell us about tomorrow night then. So let's let the ladies talk. Tell us about tomorrow night, girls. What's going to happen?
Well, like I said,
to bail you out, give them a shout.
Yeah, well, Nick, I'm just going to talk about what I know, pal. And you're just going to have to jump in because I don't know. I just know what I know, and that's it, all right? So the main thing is, just so people can see, right, that like me and Daisy have people on with us on a Sunday. And the interesting thing is that for you to see how anybody can do this, we want you to meet people from different backgrounds, different ages, different what hours they worked. And the beauty of it is we had Scott on 2 weeks ago, right, who turned around and told us that, bearing in mind, he's killing this business, people. He is literally like rocking this business, bless him. He's doing amazing with his trading. And he works something like, how many hours a week, days? Like 72 or something.
No, he said I do a 72-hour week. I was like,
what? And we had to get into a peak. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Yet he fits his business around his 72-hour working week. Yeah, I think he does like shifts, doesn't he? So I'm not saying he works 72 hours every single week, but but he still fits it around that. We had Dave on with us this morning, another one who was absolutely killing this business, doing so well with his trading. And he actually turned around and said that he absolutely really enjoys his job. He loves his job. He loves what he does. But he just thought, he got talking to Sean at gym and just thought, he's open. I'm open to have a look at, something, that I maybe possibly could earn a little extra income against my job that I absolutely love. So he's enjoying doing this against the job that he loves. And that's what we want to show you tomorrow. We want to show, sometimes when we speak to people, they're like, I'm a little bit busy and we want to just show you that anybody, whether you love your job, whether you hate your job, whether you want to make 500 to 1,500 a month, whether you want to 500 to 1,500 a week, 500 to 1,500 a day, the beauty of this business is it can be whatever you want it to be. Like I said this morning, this business now pays my mortgage, helps pay my mortgage, and it's helped me give my kids the most amazing Christmas. If I was happy with that, then I could just think, well, that's all I want to achieve now. So I'm just going to carry on, getting my mortgage paid, helping to buy my kids, and look after them and buy what they want. Or you can take it to the next step, and it can literally be what you want it to be. And that's just what we want to show tomorrow night, that this business is for anyone and everyone that is open to taking a look, that can have whatever they want from it. And for me, that's what I personally want to get across to people, that anybody can do it. Anybody.
Fantastic. Daisy, your thoughts on it?
Well, I think Kate is just every word out of my mouth, to be quite honest with you.
No, I can't shut up.
But yeah, just basically that anyone can do it. And like Katie was saying, when we had Scott on, I asked Scott. Scott's really not nervous, but quite shy. And the thought of doing a live absolutely packed him up. But you don't have to be, like, people see me and Katie and think that you have to be hyperactive and a little bit loose to, you have to be a little crazy to do this, but you don't. Like, you can be a shy, reserved person. Like, you're not expected to be a Daisy and Katie. You can be shy, you can be outgoing, you can be older, younger, like anybody can do it. And it don't matter who you are, where you're from, you can do what we do.
Even me and you though, Daisy, who are quite bubbly personalities, we've talked, this is particularly in our comfort zone. You would have never have got me on a Facebook Live. I've just learned to embrace it. Like, I love it. But I didn't know I loved it before I come in here and started loving it. I was like, I'm not doing a Facebook Live, no way. So for me and Daisy that are quite bubbly, we thought, and I've been doing presentations, like one of Roger and Simon's presentations. Oh my Lord, I was cacking in my pants. Was an understatement, right? It was an absolute understatement. But I've gone on and done it, but I was scared to do it. And this is what it does. It makes you out of the comfort zone. You just want to grow more as a person, doesn't it?
Definitely. At the start of this year, you won't believe this. At the start of this year, I'd never done a voice note. I'd never voice noted anybody on my phone. I had never done a Facebook Live on my personal Facebook profile page. Like, I've never done that. And like now we're at the end of the year, and I'm like, are we going live then? And I only ever voice note now. What's going on?
And I never did a voice note either. But in our team, it's a standing joke that you can't listen to my voice notes around children in public places. Can't listen to my voice notes around children or in public places because you never know what I'm going to say.
There's always an F-bomb somewhere.
Yeah. You're very post-watershed.
I'm very. So that's it, isn't it? That's like for me and you. I think knows the technicalities, but that's kind of it for me and you, isn't it? What we just want people to see.
That anyone can do it.
Yeah, I mean, so tomorrow really, it is a bit like some of the other things we do. We're going to have a number of people on telling their stories. We're going to have a little bit of a longer, window than we normally do. And And in particular, you know, in terms of some of the stuff that I'm presenting, I want to sort of try and deal with some of the normal things that people give as reasons for not doing stuff, and for not joining in and not coming out to play with the rest of us. And, you know, because as we know, I think, you know, generally speaking, when people say they haven't got the time, and I'm not accusing anyone of lying, but when people say they haven't got the time, that's normally an indication of that they don't see the value in what we're doing. So they're coming up with something to say because they're not convinced of the value of what we have to offer. It's not that they haven't got time. As we've often said, if you said to them, I'm going to leave 100 quid in the corner shop for you every day to go around and collect, well, all of a sudden they'd find a spare 10 minutes every day to go and collect it. And that's all you need to do this business. So more often than not, when people say they haven't got the time, it's really because they haven't quite grasped the value of what it is we're showing them. So, you know, I want to sort of have a look at some of those things really and see whether we can, you know, because for me, one of the biggest challenges in this business is trying to present things to people in a way that connects with them. Because I get frustrated with myself because I know so many people who could benefit from this business, and I don't think I always present it in a brilliant way, and so that they do the, well, actually I'm very busy and I haven't got time, i.e. I don't get what you're talking about, I don't get the value of it, therefore I'll say that because that's an easy get out, I haven't got the time, you're busy. So you know, so I suppose this session for me again is just trying to find another way of showing it to people, and you know, seeing if we can get through to people, because like Roger was saying earlier, this is the golden ticket. I mean, you know, this is a bit like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. We've got the golden ticket, you know, and the last thing any of us want to do with the golden ticket is keep it up a jumper and not let anybody in on what we're doing. We want to get out there and wave that golden ticket and say to people, look, if you want it, it's here. We've got the golden ticket. You can come in, and this is something that will financially transform your life. No ifs or buts. You know, and I'm not taking anything from anybody anymore when they you know, they say they don't, you know, I don't think it works. It's not, you know, this works beyond doubt. You know, this works. We know so many thousands of people all over the world. We've just lost Roger. We know, oh, he's back. We know thousands of people all over the world who have gone through the education that we've gone through and have created amazing incomes and lifestyles for themselves. So it's not a question of whether it works or not. It's just a question of whether you want to grab hold of it and get on with it, which is what we're doing. So if you're, you know, if there's anybody out there who wants to, you know, lock arms with us, get on board. This will change your life. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. It's too much proof. It's too much proof to show that this works. So I just want to try and do the best job I can throughout this year coming of communicating with people in a way that they see the value. If they see the value, they're in. That's it.
They're in and they're never leaving.
You're absolutely right. Right. I'm having technical issues at my end. I don't know whether my voice is coming over clearly or not. Your voice is sounding very robotic.
Roger the robot's here.
Yeah, you sound like a quiet Dalek at the moment.
That's how you guys sound to me right now.
Sounds like a chipmunk.
Okay, guys.
Someone needs to put a penny in Roger's meter.
Real quickly then to wrap this up.
So he wants us to wrap it up, people. So we'll wrap it up. Tomorrow night. After 7.
Yeah, so guys, tomorrow at 7:30 we'll be doing our launch into 2021. Everybody is welcome. The more, the merrier. If you're already part of this business, you need to be inviting people to this. You need to be saying to people, just come and have a look. Well, it doesn't make any massive difference to us whether you say yes or no at the end of the day. We just want you to give it some serious looking at, and then you can decide whether it's for you or not. But this, if you have had a difficult 2020, if you are like so many people, anxious about the future, not sure what's happening with your job, not sure whether you're going to be earning a full year's income or half a year's income next year, you're not sure if the business that you're involved with is going to last much longer, you're worried that how you're going to pay all the bills. If you're in any of those, if you come under any of those categories, just do yourself a favor and come and join us at 7:30 tomorrow, and and we will show you what we have, hand on heart, 100% found to be the best solution for the ordinary man and woman in the street, to change your life financially.
Definitely. Cool. All right then, guys. I think we'll wrap it up then, because Roger can't hear a freaking word we're saying, and we can't hear a word we're saying either.
Bye.
So, guys, we're going to say goodbye, and we're going to see you all tomorrow, and I'll speak to you guys soon.